right. I'm actually going to play that one all the way down. Welcome, everyone, to a very special Dwelling of Duels event. I'm your host, Evil Sonic. With us tonight is... No, wrong side. MVisual, who has done the banner art for this month's Forest vs. Jungles theme. Tonight is our first time doing a one-on-one interview with the banner artist. Hopefully this is going to be a fun thing that catches on. No pressure. I'm mostly saying that for me, but welcome. Did MVisual, Mansa, what do you prefer to go by here on the stream?
Monse is fine.
All right, Mansa is here with me. I'm Mike. This is Dwelling of Duels, and we're going to talk about some art. We've got a few different things to talk about tonight. Mansa, how are you doing tonight? Let's start there. I keep forgetting that this is like I know you and I have talked and prepared, but the people that are joining us haven't necessarily heard how everything's going. So I should be a good host at what I do and say, how's it going?
Thank you for having me here. Hello everyone. Hi Mike. First, I think I have to give a little disclaimer because I count this like my first time speaking in English, like ever. I hear a lot of English, but I never talk really. So I will try to make myself clear. So I got my Google Translate if I forgot something, or and also Naop is there, and if you heard a voice, is he helping me to explain better what I have to say? But thank you.
Absolutely. And I have to give a second disclaimer, which is that your English is excellent, and so much better than my Spanish. So if this was a Dwelling of Duels competition, you would get the gold easily. You'd get an incredible score.
Thank you.
I would get my last place. So I was thinking we could start by talking a little bit. I know we have a couple things. I'm going to give a very special shout out to Nate, aka Lightning Arts, who's here in the chat right now, because about a week ago I said, hey Nate, we're thinking about doing some banner artist interviews, and I was hoping to pick your brain about some good questions. And Nate, being Nate, got back in about 20 minutes with a Google Doc of just spot on, excellent questions. If we went over everything, we've got stuff to kind of cover for like the rest of the night. But Mons and I looked at this and we picked some of our favorite stuff to talk about. And just as I'm sitting here I realized we didn't really talk too much. When did you start making art? Like what was your first sort of entrance into making art?
Well, I do different things. The photography is something that is with me like all my life. But it has been like a hobby until 6 years ago that I take it professionally, and I work on that. Toy photography is something that it's I have been doing like for 2 years, 2.5 years, but 6 years professionally. It's yeah, it's right. But also I am very how do you say now, inquieta, curious person, and I like to do also video, motion graphics, a little of animation, and also storyboard and collaborative work. So yeah, like 6 to 8 years, more or less, professionally. Yes.
Excellent. Now, I'm familiar. I'm somewhat familiar with storyboards just because I love movies and I know I kind of get the idea. Um, do you want to explain a little bit about what storyboard art is and what toy photography art is, just in case people here don't know?
Yes, of course. Uh, for toy photography, I take it later, because it's maybe the topic that I will talk like for hours. But the storyboard is something that I do for my day job, and it's an important resource for collaborative work. Even if you are doing animation or movies alone, it's so useful because it's like the visual guide to the end result. Maybe you have an idea and you take that idea and put into visual guide, and it will take any kind of any type or any form, like animation, like a movie, like a short story, I don't know, like that. So the animatic is also a thing that I do. It's like the storyboard. It's just animated storyboard for the time of the timing of the elements on the screen. And well, I draw uh, also like a hobby, but I bring that little skills on drawing to storyboard to explain myself, because I often have so many ideas for audiovisual results or audiovisual products that I need to make it clear. This is an excellent resource for that.
Um, we're talking about animatics, and I know you shared a number of things. Some stuff I know we'll talk about or we'll show when we're going through some of your workflows, some of examples of your other work. Do you have an animatic you'd like to we can watch now if I know how to work Twitch correctly and I can press the buttons in the right order?
Yeah, maybe it's the give me a sec. Uh, I forgot the name of the file.
There's Animatic 1, Animatic 2, and there was the making of.
Animatic one. It's fine.
All right. Uh, let's hope this. Oh, come on. I had the audio working for it earlier, and it is not now. Let's see if I. Oh, there we go. Nope, nope. All right. This is the part where I figure out how to make it work in the moment. I just had it a second there. This is top quality Twitch viewing, everybody. Animatic 1.
Modo 7 Podcast, un espacio dedicado a lo mejor del videojuego retro y no tan retro.
All right. Did that work?
Yes.
Excellent. I think the sound worked. It looked like it was working. I couldn't hear it, but the levels were fine.
No, the audio, I think, yes. I think yes.
I have a feeling that if the audio didn't work, everyone in chat would be talking about how the audio wasn't working. So
Oh.
I'm going to assume and hope that it was audio is 3 times too loud.
Now says that it works, the audio.
All right. Excellent. Okay, so that was the first animatic. How about we talk a little bit about the art from this month's theme, and you can tell us a little bit about the workflow. This next audio visual component does not have audio, so it's just a visual component. So I should screw up about 20% less when we're trying to do this. But again, this month's Dwelling of Duels, the banner art was for Forest vs. Jungle, and you did some very excellent toy photography. Let me turn that one off. There we go. All right, so we're gonna take a look at the slideshow here, and oops, it'd be so cool if I had done it in the right order. But this is the first image you had in your workflow. I'm gonna give it a second because I think I started at the very end. So can you walk us through this a little bit, what we're seeing on the screen here?
Yes. Well, for toy photography and even and also I do product photography, but for in this case I need to have a very clear idea of what I will do. And the idea is the first stage because it is something that needs to be needs to be working because there's needs in the final result, for example an image, maybe you will put a logo or a text or something that I like to consider a first thing. And also I work on the idea in the storytelling part, the narrative, the idea of what is happening in the photo, even if it's just a figure and object, the colors, the scenery, the treatment of the image, it's important to communicate something. So I work in this stage like something important. Then I have the notion of what I need to do the real picture, and as a sketch I take quick photos with my cell phone or even with the camera, but without the final lighting, and it's just a sketch. So this allows me to know if I need something more, like another photography, like in this case and this banners month. I went out and on my neighborhood and pick a bush, a plant who works for the background. And first I do that, and I get I see what I have in figures, or maybe in terms of props, what will I need to make it to the end result. So this draft, this sketch,
Let me know if I
let's
need
say,
to go back or forward. I
oh no, it's fine like this. Then I take the real photo with the camera, the lighting. I just play like a kid with my figures and the props, and it's so much fun tell a story like this, because you not it's not only the layout, it's the lighting, it's some effects that you can give with the camera, another props, the depth of field that allows you to play with the illusion of things. No, you can see in these images that maybe you see a lot of things in here, but I know how my camera sees, and this compression that gives that specific lens, I know how it works with experience, and I know how to place the elements to give the sensation of there is only certain things in the picture. And yeah, well, from here I take the picture to Lightroom, and I do the first develop of the photo. The I play with colors. I play with lighting in post production, and I give more attention to specific parts, illuminating more certain areas, and maybe giving contrast or shadows in another parts. And when this is ready, I go to Photoshop, and there is where I go crazy because in here I can give a lot of effects. The final effects is something that really transforms your image. I like to work with the blacks, the color of the blacks, the colors in general. You can have a yellow and another yellow, and I standardize the colors to make a more consistent feel. The greens are in certain range of tone of well, that a green is not go so yellow or so blue, but it's in certain range. So this keeps the attention in certain areas. The blur, the lighting, the colors. When you manipulate it, you can direct the attention of the viewer to certain parts that you want. So this work, it's like I love this part because this is really the creative part. Before is a lot of preparation, is so technical, but in here I really yeah, I enjoy a lot this part of the process. In here is where I put the text in the image. In the images you can see that I put a blank piece of paper for the flag and the sign, but I give textures, colors, and I yes. This is a sketch of where the hell I put the the text. I struggle with that a lot because I wanted to the text be part of the image, not just like put on the image after everything, but be part of the image. And this was a playful process, but also I struggle a lot with this part.
I mean, it came out incredibly well.
Thank you.
And I think people in the chat are saying how cool it is to see this process. And I mean, this is, I can't remember. I know there's been some photography in DoD banner art before. I'm blanking on it right now. I'm sure someone in chat is gonna remind me, when the last 5 things that I'm forgetting about right off the top of my head. But this is just so cool to see. Nate says there has been some, but not like this, which it's. I mean, that kind of goes without saying. This is so unique. Let me jump back to the end. This final product, which looks so cool. And I didn't even notice this until someone pointed out I think in chat right now, was that there are different types of leaves on that forest versus jungle sign. So this is another question Nate had, which I liked a lot. So I'm going to ask it now. Who are you rooting for this month between forest and jungle for DoD?
Dixie. Well, the side of Dixie, because Dixie rocks. The jungle side, I think.
Excellent. That's yeah. And one of the other, I know we talked about this a little bit the other day when we met. We're talking about some of the past DoD banners, and you mentioned a few banners that were some of your favorites. I forgot to download them to have them at the ready, but it's the sort of thing that if there are any DoD banners from past months that are your favorites, we can talk about those a little bit, and I can scramble to download them or screen share them somehow.
There are recent ones because I have been integrated to DoD recently, but um, the Pato Patricio Poqueru's project, the free month, the last free month, it's crazy. It's amazing his art because it's not just his static art. I saw his videos, his animations, his illustrations. He is amazing on that. I didn't imagine doing something like that. These materials that he projects in his shows or put on his social network, it's incredible. Uh, the banner of the Bigoron in the rhythm month, it's so beautiful because it it has a sense of more like design with textures, with plain colors, and it's a bit, yeah, that's the pato work. It's amazing. It's crazy.
I think I've got
Yeah.
the big Oran art coming in soon.
Yeah, on the line of the pato art is maybe the art of I don't remember the artist's name, but the Katajun month. Uh, oh, Nate, of course. The Katajun month is amazing because it has a lot of details, uh, carefully put in yeah. That's Bigorons. I love the textures, the colors, the it feels like it's, I don't know, something on cloth on.
Dani,
Huh?
Dani,
um so it's beautiful. I like this type of artwork, so it's very contrasty.
I just downloaded the Nate's art from Catagen month. Where did it go? Oh, I put it in the music folder, of course. Why would I put it in there? I don't know, but here we go. It's a very, very polished display where I'm just throwing them up on the
Yeah, it's amazing.
Nate, we're gonna have to get you on sometime because
Yeah.
the number of references in here is incredible.
Yeah, it shows so much love in here.
If you zoom in on there's a screenshot of a Twitch stream where it's the now playing in the top right corner. He found a screenshot where the chat was talking about computer games. Like that's the level of effort, like that's how deliberate he was in choosing the image for that. So Nate, we could spend a few hours talking about.
Yeah, it's incredible.
So yeah, some
I
excellent.
love the lighting, the colors, the color palette, the everything. It's you can stay seeing that artwork for hours.
Yeah, and he did. That was the nighttime version. He did a daytime version also that has a very different lighting scheme, um, which was really cool. Um, so we've been talking about DoD and some of the banner art here. Um, Earlier, we were listening to some of the songs that you have said are your favorite DoD covers. We had that for the pre-show. Um, One of the other things that I think would be kind of fun to talk about, because well, some of these kind of flow into the discussion of artwork. Some of these are just fun, but we were talking a little bit about some of your favorite video games, and sometimes there are, you mentioned a few that have some really stunning visuals, and there are some that are just fun to play. You want to tell us a little bit about your favorite games?
Yes, it really are two categories. The games that it's fun to play, and I can spend hours playing those games. But there is another category, that games that maybe even I didn't play, but seeing the artwork or seeing playing someone else, it's enough to feel that they have an impact in my work, are something that inspired me a lot. And maybe when I was doing the selection of these games that I love for the visuals and my work, I think I imitate a little of the palette color, the contrast, because it's something that I really love. Certain style of visuals, so dramatic. I like those. But for the games that I enjoy just playing, it's Mario Kart. Mario Kart is something that if I play, I can I can uh, stop to play, because I am so obsessed with better my times, or having competition with Naop or with friends, and it's something that I like. Pokemon. It's also that I share with Naop. We how do you say intercambiamos?
Exchange.
We exchange games versions for our wedding instead of rings.
That's that's adorable.
Oh yeah.
I love that.
So Pokemon is something that I love.
That's excellent. Who? So I mean, this could be a huge question. I was gonna ask, who do you race as in Mario Kart? I was also thinking, who do you fight with in Pokemon? But I mean, that could depend on the generation. But let's start with Mario Kart. Who do you race as?
Yoshi.
Very nice.
Yoshi.
Yoshi's a
I
classic.
like Yoshi. Yeah.
And I haven't played Pokemon since the first generation, and so I only know those 151. I was just visiting my friend Atomic, who's been in DoD, and her kids know like they can recite every generation ever, like in all the Pokemon. So they're talking about all the different regions, and I get so lost so quickly. But um, do you have favorite Pokemon, or is that like too big of a question?
No, yeah, I like a lot of Pokemons. When I was a child, I loved the EVs. Flareon, Vaporeon, Jolteon, and well, the new ones that came with every generation. But now, can you lend me my Pokemon figures? uh, for the game, for the fight, I like, I don't know, the last Infernape and Grand. I forgot his name. The dragon, the Drampa, the Drampa, because it's like a Chinese dragon. I like the epic ones with big wings, like Reshiram, but I also like the fluffy ones, like Flareon. So my taste in Pokemon, it's a huge range that goes from, yeah, that goes from the kiddies to the epic Pokemons and the angry apes and yeah.
Mankey and Primeape. I don't know if they have other ones after them, but those were the those fighting types I remember. Um,
Yeah, fighting type and fire, fire and fighting type is are my favorites because I have a personality like this, and I myself did a lot of martial arts in um, years ago, so I like the fighting type.
that's awesome. Um, I think we were talking about video games and inspiration. That might be a really good lead in to share some of the other artwork that you shared with me, some of the inspiration. But um, before we do that, this might be a good time to have a mid show break, and we can hear some more of Monsa's favorites. Um, Anything you want to add before we take our station break, or do you want to say keep it right here?
No, let's go to the music.
Okay, well, if you're not going to say it, I'll say keep it right here. This is Dwelling of Duels with Mansa. Uh,
No le cachas.
No.
Duels, duels, duels.
Oh.
Keeping right here. This is Dwelling of Duels.
all right, everybody. I know how to work this. I don't know why anyone thinks I don't know how to work this. Where's the listening party? Oh yeah, there we go. Keep it right here. This is Dwelling of Duels. Sonobus, you are gonna be the absolute death of me.
Well, I need something to soothe this pain, to cool the love you pump through my veins. 'Cause I'm burning up for you. And I need something to quench this fire before it becomes a funeral pyre. Yeah, I'm burning with yearning so much for you. You struck the sparks, you fanned the flames in me, and now my heart's a blazing ruin. You say that you were only fooling. Your love's a drug I have to drop. It hurts me so much, but I just can't stop. I can't stop burning. I'm yearning so much for you. You struck the sparks, you fire the flames in me, and now my heart's a blazing ruin. You say that you were only fooling. Don't walk away, don't do me wrong. Don't leave me this way singing this torch song. Don't leave me burning. I'm burning up for you. Yeah, I'm burning up for you.
We're back. Monster, those were some of your picks from DoD. Um, I was in there, which is weird. I don't think of myself as a musician that people like to listen to, but I appreciate it. So, anything that you want to talk about from like your I've kind of picked up on a few different things that are similar between some of those songs um, earlier as well as now. Do you have like anything that you want to talk about, like just favorite styles of music or the things that you like listening to?
Yeah, basically, if it's dark, I love it. And well, these tracks is some of the many I like. So I just sometimes I don't remember which one I pick every month, but I want to say that I actively listen to these tracks in my everyday life for work, especially for creative work, because it's something that it gives me some mood, some I don't know, something that awakens in the creative sense that helps me even when I can do my work or gives a punch on it, especially on the photo shoot, the main photo shoot, and all the process of post production. I listen this music, and also I listen to, I don't know, in bands, famous bands, Radiohead and Massive Attack. I love Massive Attack, Portishead, and some Depeche Mode, Garbage. So when I found some of that style of music in these tracks, well, I love it. And also, when it's of a specific game that I like, also I love it. And even when I don't know the game, sometimes makes me look that game because I listen. I don't know, famous normal artists up there, but also the video game music of the original soundtracks. The Shadow of the Colossus is something that I heard a lot, and Silent Hill, for example. The music of Darren Korb is also something that I love, and so many artists in Dwelling of Duels are amazing. It's an incredible community. The competition. How do you say? Los tiene mejorando constantemente.
Keeps them improving.
Keeps them improving. So I noticed that and I love it. I want to have something like Dwelling of Duels but in photography, but I can find really there's a few Discord servers and a competition, but anything like this So, well, I love the music that you do.
We should start like a what would we call a dwelling of duels for photography? Dwelling of I don't have a good pun for it. Dwelling of shutter speed. Dwelling
I'm
of
so
f-stop.
bad for naming things, especially is fun things.
Um, but you, dwelling of dark rooms. Nate says
Oh,
that's pretty good. I like that.
that's a good one.
So talking about video games and inspirations and some of these different sources, and also this is what we teased before we had our break. We've got some artwork from some of the games that you shared that you describe as being an inspiration. So I think I'll put these on the screen, and if you want to talk a little bit about the games and the artwork and what speaks to you. So first one we have up here, I think this is, what can you tell us about this? Is this Bastion?
Yeah, it's Bastion. I love that game, even if there are further games from Supergiant, because it was the first one I played, and I love the narrative, the idea of the narration and the storytelling, the voice in throughout the game. While you are playing, the voice is saying what happens on screen, and that was brilliant. That was something that I love, and the visuals, even if there are so many colors, there are so much balance, and I love it. I When I do photography for hobby, I did so many black and white photography because maybe I was afraid of the color, because it's so easy that the color looks bad, and the toy photography is something that keeps me improving in that part, and I took inspiration of these games, the Supergiant. The art is amazing in were whichever games. So I love it. I love it. The music and the visuals, and also the games itself.
I think this is JC and his wife Amimus covered Bastion. Am I remembering that right? Chat, correct me if I'm wrong, but was that Build That Wall, or am I just totally wrong? Is that from that game?
I don't remember.
Jackie, tell me if I'm wrong. Because I guess I'm just signing you up for fact checking me now. The man's quoting the lyrics, so hopefully that's a sign that it's
Yeah.
correct. All right. So this next image we have up here, that evokes a mood.
Yeah, that's from the Inside game. It has this feel. All the game it's of terror and critic of the society also, and I love the contrast, the colors so how do we say apagados, like washed colors.
Desaturated.
Uh, I had desaturated colors, but also there are parts where the colors are so intense that maybe it communicates that something is about to happen. So with the visuals, with the images, is telling you things. And the shadows, the fog is something that I give in my photos with post production, or with lighting effects, or with fog. And well, it's something that I love to recreate.
That's
Yeah.
So in chat, Nate says if anyone hasn't played that, do so, but go in totally blind. Nate, I'm gonna ask another question while I'm asking my next question. Is it like really scary? Cause I don't really like playing too scary of a game, but I wanna learn more without having anything spoiled. And now said, well, this isn't a question, but now said Severance the game, which is just funny, and hearing that it's a criticism on society, and I get that. That sounds cool. It's Nate
Yeah,
says it's not scary, it's dread.
it's dreadful. Yeah. It's weird. It feels uncomfortable, but I like it.
And this next one is also from that same game.
Yeah, I love the lights that illuminate the background, the shadows that project, the let me.
And that one character, like the character in just that red, it reminds me of Schindler's List. And that
Oh.
Nate says it's a puzzle game, which Nate, you should have led with that. I love puzzle games, so
Yeah, it's a puzzle game, but it's so stressful doing a puzzle in the narrative that the game brings.
I'm gonna.
But yeah,
The art, the visuals are not nearly as stunning, but I always like calling out the Turing Test, which is a fun puzzle game that is also somewhat stressful with the narrative. And yeah, Nate, I know Monster, you were just telling me last night. It's also from the creators of Limbo,
yeah,
which, because this is alphabetically, we'll get to that one after the next game. But I know Limbo's in this slideshow.
yeah. It's of the creators of Limbo. Limbo, it's more like contrasting and black and white. This game gives us more depth on the sensation. Even if it's platform, you move forward, but yeah, the lighting gives a sensation of more depth than Limbo maybe, but it's the same kind of game.
Okay. I really love this artwork. I know Jackie said as though she doesn't have enough on her Steam wish list already. I'll see if I can get this on the Switch, so Jackie and I can sit on the couch together playing the same game on different devices. That'll be very fun. So this next game we have here, this is Kentucky Route Zero.
Yeah. I think it It has been developed like for many, many years, but I recently found it, and it's the kind of visuals that I love. The photography direction, I don't know if you say like this, but it's incredible. It's not terror itself, but it's like a role play
Visual
game,
novel.
visual novel.
Hmm.
There is decisions that you take for moving in the sceneries, between the sceneries, and yeah, it's amazing. I didn't finish that one, but it's incredible. I looked the trailer and it blows my mind.
Yeah, and there are a few other photos, images from this one, and this is
Mhm.
another. As I'm looking at this and I'm hearing you talk about your favorite music and your favorite games, we've got to get you back for another banner art for something that's like spooky, scary. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, you knocked it out of the park with Forest Jungle, but I get the impression that if it was for something that was a little more sinister, a little bit more like horror kind of thing, that you would have a lot of fun with that.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
Um,
Well, it's funny because I like I don't know, girly and tender things and colorful, but also like this sinister mood and music and visuals. So yeah, but what stays more close to my heart, yeah, it's darkness.
there's nothing wrong with liking lots of things. That's really cool. And this, as I'm looking at this closer than before, this is also from Kentucky Route Zero.
Yes,
This
I
almost
think
reminds
it's
me of.
Kentucky.
It looks different than the other pieces before. I don't know if it's just more detailed, like it's closer up. This is something where, because I'm not an artist, I'll probably sound dumb when I talk about it, but it kind of reminds me of Kubo and the Two Strings, like that sort of stop motion artistry from Leica Studios. But
maybe it's because it's like I don't know,
Stop motion.
machine, stop motion puppet, or this figure looks like mechanical. Yeah, it's amazing. It's incredible because it's just a silhouette, but brings a sensation of, I don't know, a claustrophobic sensation, because you feel that it's so close, but I don't know. It's weird.
it's very striking. But
Yeah.
the next game we have, this is the one we were talking about from that same studio that did Inside. This is from Limbo. I'll give a second.
Yeah.
There we go. I mean, just
I
looking at
have.
this artwork, that's bleak. I can tell from looking at this, that's a kid looking up at another kid who's in a cage.
Yeah.
What is this
Has a lot
game?
of has a lot of symbolism. It's so raw, but it's incredible too. The silhouettes, the puzzles. Since the beginning, you have the feel that you are being chased and it's incredible. And the visuals uh, achieve so much with little, with this minimalism, because the layers are just faded black. It's just gray, but yeah, the figures are so impactantes, impactful. Yeah.
No.
I mean, on the one hand, the visuals and just hearing, like, I'm Nate saying this is a puzzle platformer. I want to play it. It looks so dark. Remember when video games were just, a plumber in the Mushroom Kingdom, and it got scary. This one's a lot more colorful. This is Okami, which I've heard covered in DoD. I've seen the artwork a little bit here and there, but this is very different than a bunch of the other pieces that we were just looking at.
Yeah, it's from Okami. I maybe forgot to tell that I formerly of a huge fan of Japanese culture, but the part, not just the anime and the pop culture, but the traditional aesthetics, the Zen philosophy, and its outcome, in form of art, minimalism, or maybe so about the nature, the beauty of the nature, is something that I really love too. I live all my life in entornos, environments with lot of trees, and even in the middle of the city. So I love the nature too, and the art related to the nature. That that's because maybe I feel comfortable doing the the jungle versus forest art, because I love this. Yeah.
Have you been to Japan?
No, never.
Any plans to go?
Maybe in the future.
All right, I know this is one we talked about the other night. I think I misheard you at first and thought you were saying Seventh Seal. But this is Silent Hill.
Yeah, Silent Hill. Well, this game needs no introduction. So since the first game, it has a cinematic feel, even with the cameras. The gameplay is not comfortable moving towards the camera, or but it's something that allows to keep so cinematic. So it's something that I like.
Oh yeah. Jackie just said inside versus outside month when.
Yeah.
And that's those are two good pictures to have side by side. We might have to delete this comment so people don't realize we're totally going to do inside versus outside month next. the man we need new artwork for Thursday. I'm just kidding. I'm excited about next month's, and I'm excited about next month's artwork. I really hope this is a thing that catches on, us doing this. But I have never played Silent Hill, but it's scary, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably putting it mildly.
It plays with a lot of psychological elements that I love. Maybe it's because I am a psychologist. I love the symbolism of the mind in the Silent Hill as a place. So with horror, well, it's perfect.
All right, I recognize this next one because I did a cover of this with some people here in the chat, and this has some really, I mean, I know the artwork, like this has such an excellent reputation for the visuals.
Yeah.
But that's Shadow of the Colossus. I forget, is Ico actually it's kind of like a spiritual sequel or prequel to Shadow of the Colossus? I forget which one came first, but it was the same studio, I think. And there's a lot of similarities. But
Ico or
Like,
yeah, Ico.
Ico came first.
Was the first one, I think.
Spiritually related,
yeah.
not a direct relationship.
Well, it's the same feel and a lot of elements in common, I think. I don't know, I just play Shadow of the Colossus.
the next one.
And the next one, what is The Last Guardian? Yeah, it's not related, I think, but it has a feel exactly like spirituality with the with a relationship with the imminent, with life itself. The I don't know. It can be interpreted as many ways, and I think Fumito Ueda, his creator, has in mind that liberty, that freedom on the interpretation for the interviews that I read. But yeah, the visuals are stunning, are from another world. So it's like a dream sometimes.
This was from PlayStation 2. I'm kind of blown away by the intricacy, like the detail in here for PlayStation 2. Like, maybe it's just because I'm seeing it a little bit smaller on my screen, but it looks really much more detailed than I would expect for a game that's over 20 years old.
The remake, it's
That would do it.
I think, yeah, that will do it, because the remake brings a lot of details from the scenery and the creatures that enhance those feels, that mood that the original already had it.
Yeah, this looks really cool. And I've seen a little bit of gameplay from Shadow of the Colossus, but what's it about? You go around knocking off big robots?
Well, it's just colossal creatures that look mechanical but full of organic life too. And you have to well, the main theme is to
Resuscitate.
resuscitate a girl uh, throughout battling these creatures, but brings into the table some
Ethical dilemma.
dilemmas, ethical dilemmas.
Hmm.
But maybe that was a spoiler. So
When a game
let's
is
keep
20
it.
years old, that's, I mean, it's good to avoid spoilers, but there's also a little bit of a statute of limitations. Um,
No, it's incredible because you are a little human and you have to find a way to get the weak spots to bring these creatures down. And the music is even something that it's not conventional. It's not conventional. Yeah.
I could just look at this art all day. I mean, that's kind of why we're looking at it and talking about it, because it's so. It evokes that mood.
Yeah, the ManPF says that it's a game about murdering giant creatures in cold blood. Yeah. It's like
That's what a
that.
lot of video games are about.
But there is the ethical dilemma. You can feel it since you defeat the first creature, and between creatures you have to explore a lot of territory with nothing. And it's so contemplative at certain point. It's non-conventional also in the exploration part. Well, I think the remake has I don't know, not mini game but collectibles that you can found, but it, that's all. There is nothing. There is no little enemies on the ground. It's just the Colossus.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So those were some really cool images that, inspire you. I know you were talking earlier about music when you're being creative, how that kind of fits into it too. I think I think a good thing to look at next would be some of your other work. So we were looking at your banner art from DoD. We did watch one of the animatics. We have a few other videos and a few other images. Is there anything you'd like us to that you feel is a good next thing to look at?
Yeah, the photos, the folder of the portfolio. It has photos that it's not just toy photography. It's from events or products or even a video game that I helped to develop. I do the artwork with photographies, but modified and looks like drawings. So this, yeah, the yeah.
So let me know if you. There are some more photos in here. If you, I think you said that the order they were in is good. I think that I
Yeah,
downloaded
yeah.
them alphabetically, so hopefully this is the right order. But
Yeah,
This looks like some Adams Family stuff. If I'm
yeah. They're playing board games on a board game coffee shop that is from a friend. It has events with a lot of themes. Like this was the terror event, and yeah, you can go with and play board games. And I work so closely to the ludic uh, industry on the country in the country. Uh, and this is one of the examples of the events that I cover as a photographer. It's not weddings. It's not. It's more like geek events and events where there are games, video games or tabletop games. This was from my day job, freaking the app of pop culture. We organize events that helps people to discover what indie developers are doing in Mexico. So this was the showroom to the game jam of Dia de Muertos. So there were a lot of video games developed on I think 1 month uh, from the theme of the Muertos. And I cover the events with these photographies.
It's really cool. Now these next photos, I recognize that face coming up here.
Yeah, Spato from Pokerus. I have the opportunity to uh, take the photos of that concert here in Mexico. Also, Naop helps to bring Pokerus project to Mexico. So it was unbelievable. And having a photo shoot with their music is something that I don't know how to explain, because I was like on the zone with my photography because her music, oh no, it was spectacular. And in there we met also the man PF. He go to the concert as well. So yeah, this is some of the photos of Pokerus project and his concert here in Mexico.
Getting to see Poker's project live, getting to meet the man PF in person. That sounds like an incredible event. Very,
Yeah,
very
it
cool.
was.
Okay.
His visuals were wow, like
Oh, yeah.
this.
Their visuals are, and they've. I mean, we were looking at the banner art from March, the free month, but there've been some really they've been some really excellent DoD banners from Pokerus. The I think free month in February from last year. The man, remind me when else Pokerus did art, because I know there was something before February 24. Um, but while I ask the chat to help fill in the blanks, first free month of the year usually. Yeah, that's probably true. What was the first free month of 23? It was March, April. Well, rather than listen to me try to remember what banner art happened 2 years ago, let's take a look. This is from. Can you? It's this is the game that you designed.
Yeah,
That you did art
yeah.
for.
It's from the game that I do with Naop and another friend, Anwar. Is Sempasuchil, like the flower of the dead, the orange flower here in Mexico, that has a lot of symbolism in that date, on that, yeah. So here was a challenge because I have some skills for drawing, but I part from photographies. This is now up. This is now up on a costume, and I transform the photos into an art of with high contrast and a few effects. The treatment was like I do in the photographies, the colors, but it was a lot of fun and also a pressure for having this while a lot of more work in a month. Now was now develop the game itself. It's a visual novel, so we needed this artwork. This was the promo banner, and it's a narrative full of hope, of feelings, deep feelings about the death, the family, the relationships, the life, abording, como abordar. When you go into the death as a theme, you have to talk about life. And this is a journey of someone who has died, and he has to find his way on that kind of limbo, seeing memories of other people, and exploring and interacting throughout his decisions, where to look, from the stories of another people to find his own story, because he doesn't remember anything. So and this was you in the game, and to bring that feel of the death, but also hope, I trying to treat the images with a lot of darkness, but with this halo of light that keeps you on the way. I don't know. There's a lot of symbolism in this art. I really proud of it. Maybe I have to become better at this type of work, but it was a challenge, and it was a lot of fun too, because I work also with the music that our friend composed for the game, and it was music so beautiful that, well, I it helps me a lot to bring this result for the game.
It's it's really, like, it's stunning artwork, and I can just hearing you describe the game, I can, yeah, everyone's Steam wish lists is growing and growing as we're talking today, because there are just so many games that we're talking about are sound so cool, that look so cool. Um, is this out? Is the game? And can you say the title again?
Senpasuchil.
Senpasuchi.
Senpasuchil. It's on itch.io, but it's only a demo.
In Spanish.
In Spanish, but we want to take it further, maybe next year, and have in an English version too. This was only a test, but we want to do it right.
That's so cool. The two of you together do so much. Like, talk about video game music power couple over here,
Yeah.
giving Carrie and Ian a run for their money. So this one, this one and the next one are listed as hobby photos.
Yeah.
That's incredible. I love this photo. Just the
Thank you.
contrast of it. I mean, I could try to talk about this, but I don't have the language of art. Like, I'm just thinking this is very pretty, and it makes me feel things. But maybe you can.
That's the purpose.
That is the purpose.
Yeah.
But that's incredible. I love this.
Thank you. It
But-
was a day that the fog simply fall. A morning. Even the birds are behavior. His behavior was so rare, and I don't know. I just want to take the camera and go out and see what happens. So was this.
That's always a fun challenge. Just take the camera outside and see what happens.
Yeah.
And this is another hobby photo.
It was like waking up in Silent Hill. Yeah. Yeah, this wake up sign. It's from the place where the last year we have our events. This was a sign on the top of a kitchen, and mini how do you say mini qué? Es futbolito? Football. Football.
Oh,
The
that's a
football
foosball
game.
table.
Yeah. And I don't know, I was waiting the previous night in an event, and just take this because the place was pretty. So this one I have it on my computer. like wallpaper, because the sign of wake up, it's a wake up call. It's
Yeah.
like start my work completely conscious and with all the motivation. So yeah, that's it.
I love that. You've got a good photographic eye, but I think you already knew that. So we have a few product photos here. I know this is one of the things that you do professionally.
Yeah, it was just, from the one-ups albums, the Intergalactic Redox, which I love, and Intergalactic Continuum. And I don't know, doing product photography always interlaps with toy photography and the video game music photos, because of now. But he says me, put this on the photo. And I put the figure, and I for this photo I try the long exposure photography, which is something that I didn't do a lot before, because you move the light and you let the camera catch all the lights while moving. It's like a video on one photo, and it was fun, because I spent like an hour getting the exact I don't know, drawing uh, pattern on the background. There's a lot of takes for this, and because it affects also the lighting of the objects. So it was difficult, because I do it all by myself without help. So it was a little difficult, but it was fun. Yeah.
That's incredibly impressive. That's all long exposure. That's crazy. That's damn. Uh, I think that these played in out of order. Did they?
Yeah, it's from a board game from Rafael Escalante and Joel Escalante, that I work with Rafa, and he developed board games, and he has placed it internationally, published internationally. And this was on an event, so when I see his board game, which is so pretty, the box and the design with the morning light, it was like, wow.
Yeah.
I have to take this. So now it's useful for my job. We promote his work with this photo, and it went well.
Excellent. Is that another One Ups album?
This was also for the one-ups, for the recently deceased songs for the recently deceased.
That's such a great thing to have Gengar for.
Yeah. It's an eraser. It's an eraser from the pencils, and it's a figure that it's so beautiful.
Are those
And
pencil shavings?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Well, it's an eraser. Like, yeah. And also it has cempasúchil petals in there, which is the flower of the death here in Mexico. So I had some flowers from the season, and I put some petals for the theme of the recently deceased, and I put some fog too, and this was the result.
It's so cool. This is really great stuff. I'm excited about doing these kinds of streams because this is really cool.
Oh, lightning arts. It's night.
Yep.
It's saying that. Hey, I did that album cover.
This is such a fun way for him to see this promo. That's really cool.
Wow, it's amazing. Yeah. I love this album too.
Oh, and this looks like another album.
Bad Dudes. All of these photos was because Naop was writing on a magazine, a segment of video game music, and he reviewed basically all the work of Mostin as Bad Dudes, as the one-ups, as Mostin. So I had the pleasure of do this work for the magazine, and when Mostin itself see this on Twitter, well X, it like
You like them.
he liked him. He
He
liked.
has them. I saw them.
So I was pleased.
That's excellent. I think some of the next images we have are some of the examples of storyboards that you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, that was for a commercial of the app Freaking. It was a mix of 3D figures, but with cel shaded in cel shaded form, and motion graphics with like puppets, like figures, 2D figures, and there are two worlds, and this was for promote the app without words, so I has to well bring that the idea so clearly in the drawings, because I work with more people that helps me to get the final result.
Mm-hmm. So we've got some other storyboards here.
Yeah, it's sometimes it's just a doodle, fast doodle, but I explain in calls or in or platform for collaborative work. But this was enough for having the general feel. So it's
Yeah. So it's another freaking storyboard.
yeah, same for the promo of the app. We have a lot of characters for the app, for every theme that is in the app.
I like these.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun work in a group, because there is a designer, there is an illustrator, there is a 3D
Artist.
artist, and and there is and it's me doing this collaborative work, bring it together. Uh, but I didn't have to do many of the things, and the outcome is so professional. But because of that, because we are at least 4 people. Yeah.
This one looks different.
Yeah, it was another video promo video for the app. So it was for the part of events. We have a character that is like a rock star, and it was this for that video.
Very nice. I mean, it's really cool to see the process and this behind the scenes sort of thing, because very often, obviously, we see the final result, the final product, but to get this inside look at, other stages along the way is helpful. And it's one of those things that, like, I know I kind of remember from doing film things that storyboarding is an important part of the process, but it is really cool to see that. And it's not too different from making music together when you're doing a collaboration, where sometimes you put together a scratch track or like a proof of concept and you've got notes next to it. It's I guess DoD is sometimes like storyboarding, but completely different.
Yeah, it saves a lot of time, money, and resources doing a storyboard first, because you have a more clear idea of what will be the result.
Excellent. Next up, we've got some toy photos. I think a lot of these are from the Mega Mixtape.
Yeah, for the various segments.
So what's this from? Or what is that?
It's Freezer.
Okay.
Friesa.
Friesa. Friesa. From Dragon Ball. Yeah, the MonPF remember that one, because it was for the fragment of the alt, the interview with a dweller. In the website of Mega Mixtape, he published with this cover, and he asked me to pick some figure for that purpose, and I like to do the work erasing elements, because the floating power ball, it's sostenida, it's held by a piece of plastic, and I erase the piece of plastic, and I give the light in post production. It was just plastic.
That's so
And
cool.
yeah, it's like doing, I think so, stop motion. In stop motion, there is a lot of structures that will be deleted. This was something like that.
I love the man is in chat asking us to show the Donkey Kong one.
Yeah, the Donkey Kong one is.
We'll get there, the man. Oh, this is cool. We've got
Yeah, the Yoshi. I love Yoshi.
when you play Mario Kart, do you ride on a bike or in a cart?
And a car. On a car.
Okay. I've been using a bike lately.
Oh,
I usually race as Link.
I play with Yoshi on a car, but this is a bike.
Yeah. He's racing for that gold.
I have to mention that now has an obsession with plantillas. I forgot.
Themes one.
Theme photos, like when you have something that repeat, changing some elements, like I don't know, stencil. um, Give me a sec. I need my
I'm failing as a translator.
template. Oh, how I forgot that. Template photos, and all the photos from the covers for Interview with a Dweller. The figure, or well, almost everything. The figure is from his back. That's the el guiño,
The knot.
the knot.
Mhm. That's the template.
Yeah, that's the template. Yeah, the man says templates. Yeah, this is the same with Link, and
This was Jane Wake.
this was for Jane Wake.
The previous one was Big Oran.
The previous Big Oron, well, it was the man, Big Oron, and Jane Wake.
I think was that the one that I did the music for? Was that the first one that you did that you did as a DoD alt?
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. That was
It was.
I don't remember exactly what the challenge was, but Naup said he needed to. It all came together in like the last day or two, and that was fun. Look, the man. We got the request has been honored. This one's not from behind, but I don't think it would. I mean, that one just looks so perfect head on.
It was for the mix segment from the last year. I was experimenting on delete elements. Not just the piece of plastic that holds the figure, but the base of the amiibo. It's so difficult to do that because I has to take 2 photos, and well, 2 photo shoots. The first one was fail, and the second I knew that I had to take the background without the donkey, and when I put the 2 photos, I just erase, and the background was there because the tools of Photoshop are limited. Are limitadas, sí, limited. Even with the AI tools, it doesn't work. It's more handcraft, this
Handmade.
handmade. This result, yeah. He's floating like magic, says the man PF. He's
The man loves it.
it's so fun.
We got another Donkey Kong beloved character.
Yeah, Didi. I was to the market, to the yeah, here in Mexico, and says to the attendant that he has to give me the more beautiful bananas that she have. And his face was, what? So from there it was a lot of fun, this photo. Yeah.
Those are some good bananas. Oh, and here we got someone from Not a Terrifying Game at All. Is that
Yeah.
videotape?
Yeah, it's a spoiler of the game.
Okay.
It's an element, an important element on Silent Hill 2, the videotape. So
Well,
yeah, fog is real here too.
we won't
Uh,
spoil this, but it does remind me of The Ring. I don't know if that has anything to do with anything.
Oh, the ring, yeah. Horror games or movies always has a videotape
Yeah.
involved.
This is a very Zelda Christmas.
Yeah, it was for last Christmas. It was fun. So colorful. Yeah.
What is that? That's not a Lego Link, is it?
No, it's an amiibo too. We have a lot of amiibos in
And-
here. Yeah.
Is this from a specific is this from a specific game? I don't recognize the art design.
It's from
Link's Awakening.
Link's
The
Awakening.
remake.
Okay.
Yeah, the remake. Yeah, the style of art. Of
Very
the
cool.
Remake.
I've played Ocarina of Time a lot, and every other Zelda game, either never at all or a very little bit. So I don't know the art as well from some of them.
Yeah. There's a lot of links in the amiibo figures.
I could imagine. There's a lot of links in Smash Bros. And in Mario Kart. They're always finding new
Yeah.
ways to give us more links. I don't recognize this character.
This is Makoto from Persona 5. This character I like it so much, and this was fun too because I experiment on bring more layers of the picture. Because there is the background, the figure in the midground,
Foreground.
foreground. Well, no, in the foreground is a piece of plastic that I cut like a crystal, broken.
Oh wow,
crystal.
that's so cool.
It's like
I can see that
yeah,
there.
it's like she is getting out from his toy box because
love
of her
that.
pose. Yeah.
I think the next one is our last image from here. Oh, that's so cool. That's some
Oh, yeah.
realistic elements.
That was one of the last ones. It was a challenge because when I heard the music,
Chronicles of Light and Dark.
Chronicles of Light and Dark, it came to my mind these photos that are still life, that has a pictorial lighting, like so dramatic, and you have to use uh, props or things to block the light, for have the effect of the light from one side and the darkness for the other side. And you have to be so precise on how you light the scenery, because the light spreads everywhere. So you have to have a light control at a high level for doing this kind of work. So I didn't know if I can if I
Do it.
if I can do it. So this was the result, and I think it
looks
works.
great, yeah. And that must be so challenging, the way you're describing how controlled and exact you need to get the lighting. Because, yeah, like you said,
Yeah.
light gets everywhere. It just keeps going unless you stop it.
And so it's telling a story too, throughout the things. It's like the things of character put in this picture is like, I don't know, like Link put all his stuff there on a corner. Even the little jar that I struggle so much to get a jar that resembles the ones of the game, of the potions, and that was the one that seems to work.
Yeah, it does look good.
The red,
What's the red stuff?
yeah, the red stuff. It's just water with some drops of paint.
Oh, wow. So that's the portfolio. Some really great stuff in there.
Thank you.
We don't have a strict schedule or timeline. I know there are still a few things that we have in here. There were some of the videos that we haven't looked at yet. One thing I do want to ask everyone who's with us in the chat, if there are any questions that you have for Mansa tonight, please, submit those in chat. We're gonna take some notes on those, and I think we'll. How about we put on those other two videos while we wait to see if there are any questions to close out the night, or are there any? I'm looking through the questions we have here. I think we covered a lot of the stuff that we wanted to talk about. Unless there's anything we missed. But how's that sound to you? To do some videos, wait for some questions?
Yeah, or I don't know. It was so long.
That's okay. I mean, this is I'm having fun, and I feel like this is going to be fun to watch.
Okay.
So it's okay that it's long. I'm going to try to do the videos again. It's going to take me a second. I'm going to ask
Okay.
Chat, I'm calling on you to let me know if the sound is working. And keep it right
I'll let
here,
you know.
because this is technical difficulty central. Those videos were really cool. Hopefully everyone in the audience could hear them because I cannot. Hopefully people can hear us
Yes,
now.
I think they.
Yep.
Yeah, it works.
All right. Excellent. So that it was Sempasuchil.
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 Suchil.
Sempasuchil.
Yeah.
So that was the making of. We saw Naup in the full getup for the photo shoot. One thing that I noticed, and everyone who knows me as a musician will know that I noticed this, but I saw the sheet music was in 3/4, which I find challenging because if it's not 4/4, I don't understand. I was also very impressed he was writing the sheet music in pen. That's brave. But I'm not well known for being a brave musician, either when I'm transcribing or doing anything in any time signature other than 4/4. Those were some of the takeaways I had from that video. That was very cool to watch too. Thank you, Tony. I do know how to stare into the camera menacingly. It's a strong suit of mine. I'm looking at you right now, Tony. This one's for you. So Monsa, we've covered a lot. This has been a lot of fun. Is there anything else that you'd like to share with us tonight? Or I guess this is the final question is, and I know the answer because we talked the other day, but would you like to do another DoD banner in the future?
Yes, of course.
I can't wait. I can't wait to find. I mean, I kind of know. I know some themes that are coming up this year, but I know we try to space things out for the banner artists that we don't do them too much in too short a time. But we're gonna have to pick a theme next year specifically so we can get some great Monsa banner art. Does anyone here in the chat have any questions for us before we part ways for the evening? I'll keep this up for a little bit longer, but while people are thinking about anything they want to ask, just as a quick reminder, today is Tuesday. You have 45 and a half hours until the deadline, just under 2 days. That's Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. It's 8 p.m. Eastern, right? Yeah. And our listening party for Forest vs. Jungle Month is going to be Friday night right here on Twitch. Nate would have questions, but he already asked them ahead of time. Now that's a good question. As a listener, what would be your ideal Dwelling of Duels month? Your favorite theme?
So listener, for the theme, I don't know, something sorted.
Something sorted. That's a good one.
Maybe one versus or Shadow. Well, it's a specific franchise. Shadow of the Colossus, or I don't know, indie games in general. Super Giant. I love Super Giant and the Darren Core music, and there's a lot to do. Even if there is 5 games.
Yeah.
Well, it's a lot.
Yeah. We'll have to keep that when we start asking the patrons for theme suggestions for next year. Super Giant's a good call out. Lots of games now.
Yeah, Super Giant.
All right. Anything that you're working on that you'd like to talk about that we haven't talked about already?
Well, the month-to-month covers for the Mega Mixtape podcast, because I have more creative freedom this year. So this was one that I work. Senpasuchi, well, right now I don't stay working on that, but I don't know. You tell me. No, surely has more clear the things that I work. No, it's this year is a lot of my day job. Freaking, we are doing a magazine, but there are old pictures that I am working on. So no, toy photography, and I hope to put more photos in my Instagram. But I really can keep the pace on publishing in social network. But in my website you can see I will constantly upload my work there. So yeah, it's just toy photography for now.
I'm gonna do one of those things where I try to do this on the fly, and hopefully it works. Oh, that's too big. Let me edit that. I'm doing this in the stupidest possible way because it's not a thing you could click on. But I'm still doing it. We've got the Instagram. You can't click on that link, but you can write it down. Is there a way that we can make
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I could just do that. I remembered that there's a chat feature where I can share links,
Group chat.
and so that there's the Instagram for MVisual, Monsa, this month's DoD banner artist. Some really excellent stuff tonight. Thank you so much for joining and sharing your work and your process and your inspiration. It was a lot of fun. Like I said before, I think everyone who's been watching has, a few dozen new games on their to playlist. And yeah, thank you for keeping it right here. And
No, thank you for inviting me and talk about my work. That's something that I appreciate.
absolutely, it's been a delight. And yeah, so I think normally we have our listening party and we play the music out, but we don't have the music right now, so I'm going to just very awkwardly ramble for another few seconds as I say thank you so much for joining us. Join us again later this week when we have our listening party, and keep it right here, because this has been Dwelling of Duels. Duels, duels, duels.
Duels, duels, duels. I get it now.
Thank you, Ansa.
Thank you.